Hi, hello, and welcome. I'm definitely not Vlad, and you're watching me go from 0 to I don't really know what. I wanted to talk to you about this. How do you guys feel about me dropping from 3K to just timing all the 10s? I know that it's kind of shitty compared, like I'm gonna hit 2.5, 2.7K rating-ish instead of 3K if I do all the 10s. But how do you guys feel about that? I'm not really having fun with this series, I'm going to be honest with you, and burnout is kind of encroaching. Even though I'm starting to make shorter videos and I don't have as much to grind on this character anymore, I really don't feel like playing this anymore. I really want to go play a tank or a healer or something that can get into keys quickly. Because honestly, it's been miserable, and you guys have noticed it as well. I'm sure you've noticed it in the videos that my vibes have been off, and that's because when I spend 2 or 3 hours pushing up a key just to have it bricked within the first 2 pulls because a tank just doesn't care after joining someone else's key, it's just really frustrating, and I feel helpless because I need to get a video out every day because of my schedule. That's just a choice I've made, but it's one that I intend to stick to. So it's just been really difficult this season. I've already made a rule for future seasons that at the start of a season, I'm playing a tank or a healer, most likely a tank. Because I don't feel like it's fair for people to join my key that I've been pushing up for like hours and just brick it because they don't give a fuck about learning the route. Sure, for a +6, people don't need to know the route or whatever, and that's fair. Like, people need to learn somewhere, but please stop learning in my +10 keys. I really don't like it. Anyway, tell me what you guys think. Should I drop this series? I'm most likely going to do so because I'm worried about burnout, and if I burn out, there's not going to be any videos. But let me know what you think, because if you guys aren't too angry about it, I'll feel a lot better about it. Anyway, in the stream, we had some good runs. We got a Floodgate 10 done, so we fixed that. We fixed our... Well, we didn't fix our Dawnbreaker, we just improved our Dawnbreaker to a 10. We tried doing the 11 key that I had, and that went so well that I now have a 9 key. Imagine bricking an 11 key so hard you get a 9 key. They're like, nah, you shouldn't even do a 10. No, but we bricked the Eco de Maldani because the tank's route was a little slow, and I feel like we just had a lot of deaths, and we had a DPS, a Beast Mastery Hunter that did less than tank damage, so that was a thing in an 11. And then we tried to do Halls of Halls of Atonement, because that's what we got from the bricked 11. That didn't go too hot either. It was a combination of things, that Halls of Atonement, but we basically didn't get past the third pack of mobs. We just kind of abandoned the key because we couldn't vote to abandon any sooner than that. I really wanted to, which is ironic considering the last video's title is "Don't Give Up Early." But sometimes you just recognize that a group is not going to be successful no matter what you do. I also want to point out that we're at 704 item level. We've upgraded things with Gilded Crests. I can get another few Ruined Crests. Our Gilded Crests are completely spent, and that's, I think, fine because there's no crafting coming up, so it's not like I have to save them for something. I can just send them. And also, we can just get a few more Ruined Ethereal Crests to get one more upgrade, which I don't even know what I'm going to do with. So that's the update, and now let's jump into some keys. I'm going to try and join some 10s. This may take me a moment to do, but that's the plan. We want to try and get a 10 done, which has been the goal for many episodes now. It feels like I've just been trying to get some 10s done, which is no bueno. But I'll talk to you when I get into a dungeon. And here we go with a Tazavesh Streets +10. ZB says, fantastic name, by the way, Lock. So that's nice. Marcus, you have a fan. You have an agreement with someone. Not much for me to do here. I kind of don't want to send all of my cooldowns, but at the same time, I think I'm going to just send all my cooldowns and call it quits. I should have Tyranted a little bit sooner to extend my... What are they called? The doggos, the Dreadstalkers. There we go. But we'll make do with this. We get a new Charhound in the middle of this. We have double Charles right now. Charles has been cloned. We're going to implode here because there's enough targets and our Tyrant just ended. So we have some empowered imps as well. And that's wonderful. All right, we're going to immediately just jump up like this. There we go. And we're ready to move into the next group. Kind of don't want to hit this thing anymore with anything. Tank is grouping up this amount of mobs. That's okay. We're going to focus on one of these and target the other, and we're going to look for some focus interrupts when they cast some nasty stuff. We're going to go ahead and use our Implosion here. I've set up Implosion WeakAuras because I feel like I need to send it a bit more often. Okay, a stun takes care of that guy, so I used my thingy with the stuff a little bit incorrectly. By thingy with the stuff, what I mean is I used my Death Coil when I shouldn't have. But I couldn't foresee that our Demon Hunter was going to be CCing right then and there. Part of me does not really want to send a Tyrant again into the same group, or rather send a Tyrant into what's remaining of this group is what I wanted to say. So I'm just going to hold on to it. Charles is going to expire and we're not going to have a lineup on it, but I think we're going to be okay. I'm going to look for a focus on that officer. We're just about ready to summon in the Charles, and we have a good Tyrant. There we go. Nice. Feel like that's pretty good. We're going to send the big spin. Get him, Steve. You got it, boss. And we're going to just keep blasting, building up imps. Once Tyrant expires, I'm going to look for an implosion. We're going to send in our big guy just to keep things rolling. We're going to Healthstone here real quick. And implosion goes out in the middle of this. I wasted my kick, but that's okay. Trying to spread out doom to different mobs. Grabbing balls. You got to make sure you grab your balls here. That's very good. And that should be the mini boss done and the boss spawning in. Wonderful. Big beam in the middle. It looks like we're grabbing this trash first, and then we're going to go boss. Okay. Gotta be a little bit careful here. Make sure I don't get hit by that orb or the beam thing that comes in. 3 mobs. I'm gonna still implode. I probably shouldn't have, but I'm gonna still implode. It looks like we want to kill the skull one first. That's what's being marked right now. I am tempted to hold my Tyrant and everything else for El Jefe here. But then again, it's a long boss fight. I'll just get another one. I'll summon in my Charhound, the Dreadstalker, and then Tyrant because we have plenty of imps. There we go. Isn't that beautiful? See if we can finish off this last Overseer. There's a beam right next to me. I have time to finish my cast before I have to move. That's good. So far, really enjoying the pace that we have with this tank. It's very, very nice. And people can use this gateway to get back and fight El Jefe. We're probably going to fight right over there. I'm going to put down a new gate for people if they want to use it in order to get away from the imprison if one of the melee gets it. I also want to sort of kind of get a little bit closer just in case this charge smash thing goes out towards me. It did not, so we're good. No reason to use implode here. It's a single target encounter. So I'm just going to ignore that it's shining. I think I can fix that part of the WeakAuras as well. It would be basically only when I have a bunch of enemies affected by Dreadbite, so 4 or more enemies affected by Dreadbite, that's when I would like to use my thingy with the stuff, my implode. Interrogation goes out. It's on ZB. ZB gets out of there. We're going to immediately hard switch to ZB, setting our pets to hit ZB's cell. Got to make sure we break him out so that we stop that spin. Otherwise, they're going to get grinded up by the boss. We're going to implode now because we have a bunch of imps close to expiration because our Tyrant just expired. So we're just going to spend them like that and reset our ramp. We're going to try and get our balls touched here. I unfortunately also got disarmed. We're going to go ahead and pick up our weapon and keep doing what we need to do. Interrogation goes out. They use the portal to try and get a bit further that way. Let's go and help them out by getting them the heck out of that portal. Beautiful. There we go. And a Tyrant goes out. No Dreadstalkers. Could have waited for Dreadstalkers. I think that would have been a good idea, but it's no big deal. I'm more interested in extending the bunch of imps and the Charhound. Very good handling of the fight so far by the group. Really loving it. Tyrant expired. We're going to reset our imps. Get Charles the Charhound back into the action by cloning him, apparently, because I think for a second there we had a couple of Charhounds that were up to no good. Started making trouble in my Tazavesh. I got in one little boss fight and my mom got scared. She said, "You're moving with your auntie and uncle in Bel Air." Sorry, you did not ask for this rendition of Prince of Bel Air, but you have received it nonetheless. Tank is opting for the left path through streets, which I am a fan of. I much prefer this path over the other one. I know it's smaller pulls and stuff, so it's not as exciting maybe, but it feels like it's easier to complete in time. I'm getting dragged. Oh no, I got hit by the beam. I didn't see where it was really. Not many imps, but I do want to extend everything. Ooh, this might be a very brave one. Okay, I don't know about this one, Chief. That's quite a bit. We're gonna put focus on one of them. We're gonna try and kill this one. Beam Splicer. Everything's being covered by crap here. Our Hunter barely survives. I panic implosion because it started glowing and I wasn't really thinking about it. I'm freaking out a little bit. We got the kicks in. I was looking for it. I got hit by the beam again. We're gonna use a defensive. Oh man, this is rough. We're in a rough spot here between a rock and a hard place, or a core hound and a beam splicer. to be more precise. But I think we might actually just get it done. Well done by both the tank and the healer. The tank moved accordingly for the hounds and the beams. Not so well done by yours truly. I messed up a little bit and I got hit by a whole bunch of stuff. Now we're taking the dinosaur, the dire horn, or the budget trike, or whatever you want to call it, down the stairs into these night claws or whatever. So that's kind of good. We're going to stand on this and hopefully that just prevents it from reaching me. Nope. It definitely does not prevent it from reaching me. I should probably just get a little bit closer, but I think I'm supposed to try and prevent it from hitting a bunch of other people. Let's send in our tyrant here. Frenzied charge goes out yet again. Maybe it can be, whatchamacallit? Maybe it can be, what is it called? What is the name of that? Feign death. Yes, maybe you can feign death and it doesn't attack you. Or does it just pick a different target? Because I wouldn't be shocked if it just picked a different target. Frenzied charge on the hunter again. I know that you can line of sight it. That makes it stop, but I don't know. I don't know if it's worth committing globals to it at this key level. It doesn't really one-shot you or anything. It does unstack the mobs, which is not great. You always want to try and keep the mobs stacked and all that, but sometimes you do what you can do, not what you should do. Let's do one of these so people can get through a little bit quicker. Are we trying to fight them before the boss, or are we just... I guess we're slowly dragging them around. I'm going to go ahead and use the portal here. We're going to keep it here for the entirety of the boss fight so that when we're getting out of the boss fight, we can still continue using it. I think the tank just triggered the boss fight like RP, and that's why they came back to fight with us. But I'm going to summon in my tyrant. AoE CC goes in, takes care of those. We're going to go ahead and use this. I'm going to drop a demonic circle here, demonic teleport, whatever, the teleport circle, so that when I get yoinked in, I could just teleport back out. I'm trying my best to use some of this utility that we have as warlocks that I just have failed to use, such as, for instance, oh, I just took that damage. I just straight up took that damage. I'm gonna try and get my balls touched while I'm in there. There we go. Perfect. That's how you do it. Let me help you out with that. There you go. He wanted his balls touched as well, so I helped him out a little bit. You know how it goes. Okay, not the best rotation I've ever done, but I feel like I'm doing okay damage wise. I wish I was a BM hunter though. 0 casts, just vibing. Oh, double circle. We're going to go ahead and use a health stone. All right, let's focus up a little bit here and try and kill Alcrux. Teleport out again and get the imps out. More imps, more energy, more passion. Okay, tyrant onto acolyte actually, because that way the tyrant focuses acolyte, which is going to live longer. We have someone with the suck actually sucking up the orbs, which is amazing. We're going to use a... oh, never mind. We got the spell that we're going to go ahead and grab as many orbs as we reasonably can. I'm going to implode because our tyrant ended. I'm going to try and get Mike out. We're going into the corner here. I'm going to try and stick around for a venting protocol to potentially get a bunch of... orbs absorbed. Oh, and right as I... That's so shitty. I think we just lusted. Okay. I got some orbs. Can I please just not get followed around by the hunter? This is such a cluster. I hate this boss fight. This is just miserable experience for me right now, because as ranged caster, it just kind of sucks. As BM hunter, you don't care, obviously, because you could just... vibe. All right, we've got Tyrant coming up in a bit. We're going to Charhound into Tyrant after we try and get... I'm just going to get hit by that orb. I don't care. Probably should care, but I'm going to Charhound into Tyrant. That's going to extend enough imps. It's also going to... Can we potentially move the boss away from the thing that's producing all these orbs, though? I feel like that might be a good idea. Okay, let's just do the mnemonic circle. There we go. Tank, almost like they heard me, immediately went... and moved. I think he's trying to just keep close. Oh, okay. I think I get the reasoning behind the tank's decision to stand there. It's so that if somebody gets it, gets the absorbing thing, they could just stand right on top of it. But it looks like the boss is dead here and we can move on. We have the portal ready. We have orbs being absorbed. Let me help this person absorb the orb. Never mind. They dashed past me and I couldn't absorb it. And they also choose not to use the portal. Never mind. Everyone used the portal. Yay. Good portal, lad. Yeah, good portal, boss. Thanks, Steve. I'm going to dismount so that I can stay sneaky past these guys. I feel a little big running around with the mount. Oh, big knockups. Don't have to worry about that then. A little confused as to what I'm supposed to do. Hold on. Look at my WeakAuras and determine what the best course of action is here. I would love to interrupt that guy that's casting at us from the side, but my interrupt stuns. So I would have stunned it over at the side, and then I never would, it would just never come over anyway. And it would just be annoying because we couldn't group it up for even longer due to my stun. I'm going to stun everything again, and I stunned everything because somebody else stunned everything, because of the phalanx shields, and then somebody else stunned everything at the same time, and it ended up kind of sort of wasting my thing. There's a cartel skulker here. What are you doing here? Who are you? Where did you come from? Are you a relative of Cotton Eye Joe? Because I'm wondering, where did you come from and where did you go? Another phalanx shield is being interrupted by the group, which is wonderful, and that's this pack taken care of. I feel like I'm not really doing my best rotation, but I might be autopiloting hard enough. I'm gonna go trigger it for the tank while the tank gathers. There we go. So the tank just wanted ping there so that we activate it and come back to fight the mobs he actually wants to fight over here, which is wonderful. Junk mail goes out. We're going to try and get a few more imps before we summon in our tyrant. Everything's kind of stacked up right now. I'm really liking that. This means that we just have to worry about interrupting the Peacekeeper. We're going to stunning the Peacekeeper and interrupting the male mental when he does spam filter, because I think spam filter reduces their damage taken, and it's kind of a big pain in the ass. We're going to send in Implosion and resummon our Charles. Hey Charles, how you been? I've been doing good. You've been getting better at the times, so I don't have any trouble sticking around for too long. That's good to hear, man. I'm glad that I'm improving at the tyrants. The last two groups in here will get taken care of by the tank, grouping them up really quick. We're gonna summon in Charles again and send our Dreadstalkers and try to build up more imps so we can... Should I implode them? I probably shouldn't implode them. Tyrant's coming up. Let's just tyrant them instead. That's wonderful, actually. That works out quite well. And we have Mike ready for the boss, which is really, really good. But we don't have a tyrant, and we kind of want to overlap Mike and tyrant. So I don't know, man. One thing I still have to improve is Mike and tyrant overlapping. I think the tank wants to do the other zone first, then the male, then the last boss. Okay. That's a little bit of back and forth. I don't know if that's really worth it, but it's whatever. We'll do what the tank says. It's the best I can do. I'm still in combat, so I'm unable to actually mount up. So I'm going to burning rush my way through this. There we go. These guys are getting wrecked really quick. Tank is just making sure this goes quickly. I like that. This tank's been amazing, though. This is really, really nice. It's a welcome change of pace from tanks that have zero idea which routing they want to do and how they want to do things. It's very, very nice. No shade. I know that it's like the beginning of the season and people are still learning their routes and everything, but like I can't have a tank learning their routes in +10s. Like you can figure out where you can get good percent and safe pulls without it having to be a +10. That's my opinion. But this tank is doing well, and that's what I should focus on. I guess I can stand in this, see if we can split some HP here. It came out a little bit early, it feels like, but let's get this Overseer in. Oh, just barely missed the Charles extension. He's going to be annoyed about that one. In our next meeting, he's going to probably lambast me, as it were. Overseer's just about that. I do think this is the last one we have to worry about. There we go. There's not much trash for us to do here. I think what the tank wants to do is do this boss and then male boss and then be done with it. We still have this guy. Do we need him for a percent? I would imagine we do. I think tank wants to skip him, so he's going to do some other stuff. Okay, we ran around to skip this mob. I don't know if we can skip it. Our percent's not looking that hot, but hey, it's whatever. We're gonna set up a nice little portal that we can do right here. Is if we jump on top of this railing right here and then put a portal down, we can use it to go up, which is really, really nice. I guess I'll grab the guitar. Hell yeah. I'm gonna jam out on the guitar. The portal looks like it won't go upstairs, but it does. Trust me. Just trust me on that one. I was surprised as well, but it does work. The tank is saying that we have to lust post boss, because it seems worse than last, and I'm okay with that because the last boss has bad uptime because you just keep having to use the teleports and whatnot. It just seems like a pain in the ass. Oh, I stood in a circle. I apologize, healer. I just did not see that I was still in it. All right, get Mike in, get Tyrant in. Big damn. Big damn. I don't mind sending my cooldowns here because I feel like it's there's a lot of downtime in between where my cooldowns can recover, so I don't mind at all. We're even going to send our imps because there's that much downtime. Let's get back to jamming out, though. Moving a bit to the side. I don't want to stand in that poison again. That would probably annoy my healer if I keep getting hit by absolutely everything. Last set of tunes, and the boss is coming in. I thought it was 2 sets of trash, not 1 set of trash on this boss. That's interesting. Did that change, or am I crazy? I think I might just be crazy. All right, we're going to let him suck us in, and then we're going to use our extra action button to go in this direction and collect everything. I think that's how Blizzard intended us to do this fight. And we have another good tyrant coming through just in time for the shield as well. We're gonna get our orb touched right there. Just keep blasting the boss. Very good DPS right now. I feel like we're going to break through that. Nobody's kicking. Okay, somebody did kick a little bit early. You want to keep that thing going for as long as you possibly can, because what happens is you can basically it just sits there casting that, and you have so much extra time. Okay, waiting for our thing. We're going to dash through it, avoid everything, and now we have new pets freshly ready for this shield break. We just got to break the shield. We gotta not stand in the poison. That would also be good. We've broken the shield successfully with ease, it would seem. Crowd control goes out. We have many. I'm casting shadow bolts instead of demon bolts for some reason, but I think that's it. Hopefully we don't get another shield. If we do, I will send cooldowns into it, or I might just keep them. I think he's dead. I think he's dead. There we go. Wonderful. Wonderful. I'm gonna ping this, use this. There we go. Haha. Let's go, baby. That's a big one. That was really, really nice. Everyone used the gateway because I pinged it. Haha. See, and we're gonna go over to the side here, wait for the overseer to move away. I think we're good right now, so we're just gonna start flying through. My mount is gigantic. God damn. I mean, look at the size of it. All right, we got bloodlust for this, and we have a bunch of imps. We have a bunch of everything ready. Let's sacrifice a couple of imps, send in all the pets, send in Mike, drop some more imps. We can get some imps. We can get some imps. We have time to get some imps. There we go. 7 imps will have to do. I would have loved to catch that, but I was in the middle of my stuff, so that's just not happening. Fan mail's coming through. We managed to soak the other side, so I think we're good. I don't think I need to use defensives here for this fan mail. What I do need to use a defensive for is probably this slam. So I'm going to use my shield here, like my absorb shield from sacrificing a portion of my health, and I feel like that's a good shot right there. Okay, bombs are coming in. Bombs are coming in. We're going to pick one up and yeet it over there. There we go. That's pretty good. And get back to DPSing the boss. That's the focus here, of course. Seems like all the bombs are taken care of. We have nothing to worry about. Soaks within soaks is fine. I'm going to use a big defensive here and soak a couple of these. I think the idea was to let these kind of just do their thing on the side. I probably shouldn't have soaked those. That was probably a mistake by me. I could have played that better, but it's okay. We have a tyrant coming in. We're going to get into melee with our friends here because of the group absorb thing. Or not group absorption. What am I talking about? Group soak. I'm going to grab this one that's the furthest away. I'm going to do this and then yeet. There we go. Let us bring in another Charles and send in some demon bolts. Oh, my WeakAuras are doing so well for me right now. I'm really happy with my WeakAuras. I do need to still fix that. The issue where it's telling me to implode in single target, but that's going to be easy. I'm going to do that after the run and show you guys exactly what I mean to do about it. Boss is almost dead. We have the mini boss that we need to take out. So I'm going to hold this tyrant and mobs for the mini boss. The mini boss is a bit of a pain in the ass. Affix is being taken care of, and we're just about done with that. Does not look like a 2-star. Tank jumped through the fence, so he got stunned, and we're ready to fight the mini boss. Let's go. We're gonna summon in Mike. I'm gonna summon in more of these. We're gonna summon in a tyrant. I really can't summon in my tyrant right now. I gotta summon in my tyrant even if it stuns me. God damn it, I'm gonna miss my tyrant timing because of the stupid God, I hate playing ranged. So I messed up my tyrant. Mike didn't get extended, but hey, we've got a new set of hounds out, and we're going to summon in the tyrant now. Oh, ZB just, well, rip ZB. I don't know why the tank said wait. You spawn in the post room because that's the last boss we killed. So the hunter will be nearby. There's not much reason for us to wait. While the hunter gets back to us, we're going to activate the RP here. We're just trying to approach the boss to activate the RP. There we go. We have activated it. And not the hunter, sorry. The monk is already back. We're going to summon in Steve because he got dismounted. What? He was never mounted to begin with, but we're going to summon him in because he got dismissed while we flew up with that thingy, so that's a little bit annoying. But boss is just about ready to start, so we're going to get ready to start blasting as well. We have a tyrant ready, no Mike, but tyrant I think is going to go out anyway. I think I could get one more set of imps in before I summon in my tyrant. There we go. There's a set of imps. Touch balls goes out, means we need to go and touch each other's balls. People seem to be taking care of that. We need to go into circle. That's actually going to be a little bit tight. Okay, there we go. And we managed to collect someone's orb on the way in there. there, which is good. We're going to implode to send those empowered imps into the boss. We're going to summon Mike in, because if I try to line up the timing on that, it's just really not going to work. We're looking for square. Square might be a thing that we need to use. I'm going to go ahead and use square. Okay, we managed to avoid getting wrecked by that. Tank decided a circle is a better idea, and they are absolutely completely correct. I sent a 2-shard Hand of Gul'dan, which is not good. This got divided. We got to use circle. There we go. I'm not going to interrupt. No, okay, never mind. I'm not going to interrupt because there's no reason to. You can just let Soazmi stand there and cast for half an hour, and it'll be just fine. Send in the Dreadstalkers, plenty of imps. Send in the Tyrant. Shuri goes out. Shuri starts over on that side. We have to use circle into triangle or circle into square. Looks like we're sending circle into square. We can DPS a little bit here and into square. And we have to wait for Soazmi to come over. Immediately start sending in more damage. Shuri comes out. Where's the next one? The next one seems to be on circle. We're going to have to take triangle into circle. Triangle into circle is what I think is the right call here. Never mind. Oh, no. I'm going to have to just try and live this. Oh, did I get double hit by it? Yeah, I'm just dead. Should have soulstoned myself before dying. Ooh. We have a CR item. That's amazing. All right, let's summon in Steve again. Curry comes out. I'm going to just follow the tank. I'm going to stand on top of the tank and follow the tank because I've been making the wrong decisions consistently. I'm going to circle into triangle. Circle into triangle. There we go. Hopefully no one else shares my fate. It looks like Kali's does. We're going to go ahead and give them a soul stone just preemptively. Never mind. Wasted soul stone. We're going to use triangle late. Triangle real late. Triangle real late. Okay, bit of a shit show, but we've gotten very, very, very unlucky. Usually it's a lot easier and a lot more clear cut about which one you're supposed to actually activate. We're gonna send in the Tyrant now. Triangle, see, like this one, triangle's super easy here. That's just like a very clear cut way to do it. Other times we've just had very, very poor luck with which ones we've been getting. But it looks like Soazmi's just about dead. We have 5 minutes remaining. This is a hell of a run. Well, there's my key for the day. I'm gonna hit them with the shill message, and then we're going to peace out. I didn't get any loot, and I'm gonna re-roll the streets into something that might be a little bit easier to push up, like a Arakara. That's not bad. ZV says you gotta publicly shame me like that. I said, bro, I ate shit too. See you guys around. There we go, and we're going to peace out. That was so good. It was just so beautiful to play with a tank that moves with purpose and knows what to pull, and like people that are doing the mechanics. It's amazing. I'm finally getting a break. I've been dealing with runs where people are a little bit lost as to what the dungeons do, and finally I'm getting some 10s done. It's amazing. It's a wonderful feeling. And we even did some good DPS, 3.93 million overall in a streets. Doesn't feel too bad. There's not that many big pulls, so my implosion is probably going to be a bit lower. 18 casts is much more than I usually do, so that's something at least. But I'm quite happy with how we did. Quite happy with how we did. Now, I did say that I want to go and fix my implosion WeakAuras. We're going to go over here to the training dummies. I'm just going to go upstairs so there's less noise. And what we're going to do is we're going to do /WA. I want implosion to only glow when there are multiple things affected by Dreadbite.
One eternity later.
And now if I Dreadbite all of these and I build up enough imps, it's actually going to glow. There we go, 5 imps. Okay, it's not glowing. What the heck? Oh, because I have Tyrant ready. Ah, haha, see? I was confused, but my WeakAuras were actually doing exactly what I told them to do, which is if I have Tyrant available, don't implode. There we go, Tyrant's gone. And we're imploding. We have enough imps again, and it's glowing because we have enough Dreadbites up, or Wicked Maws, whatever you want to call it. Beautiful, beautiful. This is going to be wonderful. I'm no longer going to get bamboozled, because last night during the stream, I had this issue where I would just keep imploding with my Tyrant up, and that's just no bueno. You don't want to do that. You want to implode after it ends. So that's done. Now another thing I want to make is actually a macro. And sorry, I'm doing a lot of stuff post dungeon, but I just really feel like this is going to help me. Boom, mouse over and demon bolt. So what does this do? It lets me actually mouse over cast demon bolt. The reason this is useful is because let's say I want to use, let me just get myself a couple of demon bolts. I'm targeting this target. I want to spread out doom on multiple targets. I can mouse over this one, and then if I'm not mouse overing anything, it's going to just hit my current target. I feel like that's wonderful. It's going to help me quite a lot because I haven't been spreading out doom, because retargeting my current target sometimes is a bit of a pain in the ass. And I feel like with this, I'm just going to have a lot better time just getting the demon bolts out. We can send it into nameplates, we can send it into the actual unit, we can send it onto our target. It is, I think, perfect. So that is going to be really, really, really nice. I feel like that's going to help me out quite a bit with the doom uptime on multiple enemies, and that's going to provide us with more doom guard, and also with more explosions of the doom thing when it finishes. Like when the dot expires, when the doom thing expires, it does a big AoE due to one of our talents, so it's quite nice. With those improvements done, I think next key I might do even more DPS, so that is going to be fun. But friends, this is where the episode ends. If you enjoyed it, drop a like, make sure you subscribe. There's a few more episodes coming depending on what you guys say. I'll just remind you, I'm asking for your opinion whether or not it's okay for me to drop this challenge from 3k down to doing all 10s, because honestly, even though today's run was really, really nice, I've been having some absolute demonic runs, and it's not because I'm a Demonology Warlock, it's because people have been testing me. Include the word route in your comment, because today's tank actually had a good one. If you include the word route in your comment, I will make sure to heart it. But as always, friends, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next episode. Bye, guys. Bye.